Hey folks, it's Jim. Today I want to go over exactly what the title says. Three Gorges Dam, Wuhan Lab, N95 3M masks, cheaper than I've ever seen them before. Okay, so let's get into the video. And I'm going to open with a disclaimer here. This is not medical advice, virus advice, personal protective equipment advice of any kind. Please follow the directions of any PPE you purchase and follow the guidelines for that product. Follow the CDC guidelines, all that other stuff. This video is not advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so if we look at the Three Gorges Dam, satellite photo of when it was constructed and completed, and then we look at the recent satellite photo of the Three Gorges Dam that was released, I say there are some structural anomalies in it. And now, whether that is or is not, I don't know. But from what I saw, it looks like a couple of structural anomalies. Now, the city of Wuhan, in proximity to the Three Gorges Dam, is right in that path if that dam were to fail. Now, what's in Wuhan? A level 4 biolab that may or may not have already had a breach of protocol and potentially released a bug that had some serious consequences throughout the world. Now, if that dam were to fail and that city were to flood, what do you think the odds are that a more significant event could take place if there's panic and flooding and all of that taking place? What do you think the odds are that a breach of protocol would take place in that situation? And whether or not that would ever happen, I don't know. But here's what I also know about China. While China's been doing all this stuff and growing and showing off to the world, along the way, the Chinese people call certain things tofu dregs projects. In other words, many of these projects are turning out to be construction disasters, whether that be a bad batch of concrete, bad engineering, bad design, whatever. But this is what the Chinese people call these things, okay? Now, that leads me to the next point. There was a report released from China stating that if the Three Gorges Dam fails, the entire city of Wuhan will be wiped out. So now, armed with this information, I am making sure I am completely stocked up on these masks while they are $9.15 for a 20-pack. That's 45 cents a mask from the 3M store on Amazon. I have never seen them this cheap before. This is 1/3 of the price before COVID ever happened. We're in an inflationary environment, yet these are 1/3 of the price they are before COVID hit. Absolutely, I'm buying them up because I use them in my life all the time. Now, are N95 masks great protection against a virus? Well, technically no. However, clinical studies have shown that N95 masks, proper N95 masks and proper fitting ones, are significantly reduce the transmission of illness between humans. We transmit illness. Okay, so N95 masks have clinically shown that they significantly reduce the transmission of illness between humans. Okay, so that being said, they are not considered protection against viruses 100%, are they? Nothing really is. Anything can fail, right? Okay, so now, with all that in mind, we've got all kinds of stuff going on in the world, folks. We've got fires and tragedy in Hawaii, and Canada is ablaze. So all that smoke and soot and whatnot, might these come in handy there? You bet. And what are the other 100 projects you could think of around your place that you do on a regular, continuing, ongoing basis, just with home maintenance and repair, that you might want to have a mask? And at this price, I'm buying all I can get. Well, not really. I bought enough to get me through 8 years. Plus, we're going to be building up by my son's place, and there'll be 3 of us, so we'll probably go through 2 boxes of these when we do that project. So it will be very important. And at this price, I am so grateful to be able to get these. Now, I bought enough to get me through the next 7 years of my life, and I use them a lot. And I try and reuse them as much as possible, but with some contamination, you just can't. I hang them in the window, let the sun get to them, let that radiation make sure I, completely dry them out and whatnot. And I tend to get a lot of uses out of these, especially the one I use to mow my lawn in case I hit poison ivy out in my backpack area, which I do all the time. I don't even look for it anymore. I just go, and it might be there, might not. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I wear a mask. But fiberglass work, Bondo, sheetrock. I mean, you can name a ton, right? So, are these perfect protection? No. But have they been shown to significantly reduce the transmission of illness between humans? You bet. And on top of that, all the other uses, and the fact that these were gone, we couldn't even get them when the virus hit, could we? No way. All the hospitals took them and everything like that. And do you think that could have the potential of happening again? I do, and here's why. There's this new X strain coming out, and I believe it's India, Spain, and I think in Texas was the article who were commenting. Don't quote me on any of this. Okay, it was an article, and I read it, and I skimmed through it really quickly. However, here are the highlights. In that article, the case fatality rate wasn't that critical. What is that there were underpinning talks that there may need to be a need to bring back PPE measures and protocols in the fall, which means they may be making us wear a mask again, depending on your region or whatever the protocols are for your area. That could happen again. If it does, what do you think the price of a box of these is going to go to? And right now, they're 45 cents a piece. Pre-COVID, they were about $1.50 a piece. During COVID, you couldn't get them. So now, if something were to happen again, what do you think a box of these will go for? And I don't like wearing that whatever mask, the patient visitation mask or surgeon's mask, whatever it was that they were giving out and people were wearing with the big gaps on the side. These fit me excellent. Now, one size does not fit all. However, that's what, they're sold as. So, for small children, this isn't going to work. Or for people with extremely large heads, they're not going to be very comfortable. But what I find is because of that thick metal nose bridge piece they have on there, they fit me superbly. I feel very protected when I wear this mask. And I'm not trying to sell you it. 3M's not giving me masks or anything like that. I'm like you. I'm out shopping. But when I find something this cheap that is used this much in my life, I buy enough for 5 years at least, just like I do prepper food. If I find something on sale, I buy it. Why? Because it's going to save me money long term. I mean, do we have inflation or do we have inflation? Here's a product that's 1/3 of the price that it was originally in an inflationary environment. Okay. And I don't think they're going to last long because I have a feeling the 3M has flooded the country with them and they're going to start cutting production here. And if they do that, then what are the odds that these may, be super expensive if another event were to happen? And what are the odds that another event may or may not happen? I don't know, but that doesn't really matter to me since I use them all the time anyway. I'm saving myself. Every time I open a box of these going forward for the next 7 years, I'm going to be saying yay, okay? Because they're probably going to be 20 or 30 bucks a box or 40 bucks a box 3 to 5 years from now. So anyway, let's make sure I've covered everything. But the main point of this is the Three Gorges Dam and the proximity of Wuhan to that dam. What is the potential that something could happen? The talk of the X strain now. They're starting to talk, okay? I'm not saying anything. Check with your CDCs, healthcare providers, all that stuff. This is not advice. I'm just saying there is talk. I want to make sure I'm stocked up on these things because I'm not wearing that ridiculous piece of crap mask that were given out to everybody. The thing was ridiculous. Okay, I want to be protected should something arise again, or at least somewhat protected. And that's my personal opinions and my personal feelings. But, don't live in fear. Just be prepared. That's my motto. And hence, this is just another thing I'm tightening up in my own personal life and saving myself a ton of money while I do it on a product that I'm going to use regularly in my life. And that's the trifecta of my personal life, purchasing, and prepper purchasing. And when I can find something like that, I'm all in and I buy, and I have enough now for 7 years probably. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that 3M has overproduced these things and we're getting them at this price. And folks, this may just be an anomaly because 3M is eventually going to want to drive that price back up and they will start cutting production. What do you think about that? Do corporations like profit? I think they do. What do you think? So might this be the best opportunity we're ever going to get to buy these masks? I think it is. And I don't think they're ever going to be this priced again. But you figure that all out for yourself, make your own decisions. I just believe in being prepared and saving money. I love it when the two go together. Man, I absolutely love it. Anyway, hope you're doing well in your life. My life's going well. My next video is not going to be, it's going to be rough. And if you're affected by stress and all that other stuff and anxiety, you might not want to watch it because I'm going to get real on it. I'm going to talk about some numbers that could be terrifying to people. But I feel it needs to be shared, and so I will. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well in your lives again. And thank you for all the new subscribers. Keep writing in. I'd love to hear your comments. You people are so smart, and your comments are generally outstanding, and I really appreciate them. So, and also don't forget to hit the like button if you would, please. That will help because I think now is the time we need to start talking. And now I'm going to get serious about my channel. Before I've just been flaking off and doing stuff. You know that. And I apologize to all of you who got upset that that other video got cut off. But my phone's memory collapsed. And I'm glad it did because that's a whole separate topic that's going to take about 15 minutes to finish. So I apologize to you for that, but that's what happened. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Jim out.